And good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and whatever time may happen to be that you're watching this. So, what's on my mind today? It's another episode of talking about the Congo, and today we're talking about living with indignation, indignity, indignity. Being ashamed of something. So, what makes you embarrassed, or what makes you ashamed of? Well, what I found out, there's three things that I'm most familiar with. Number one is people are really ashamed about the water that they're drinking, especially those who have dirty, brownish looking water that you can see a difference and they can tell readily that it is dirty or if it has an odor. Water should be tasteless, odorless, and don't make you sick. But also, it could be tasteless, odorless, and colorless, and it could be dangerous and make you sick. So that's one of the things. Second thing is sanitation, and I describe sanitation is your daily, uh, how often you go to the bathroom or urination to rid your body of different minerals that's accumulated, and also defecation that you go to actually get rid of solid waste that your body has accumulated. Now, I've been to places where I know that people are really embarrassed at what they have. And even in some places, they don't have anything and they do what they call open defecation. They just go to a field and find a clear spot and they defecate. So that's the worst. And one of the things that people are ashamed of because if anybody comes to visit them, what do? You can't point them to a hut, a place. You just point them to an area, and hopefully that the people kind of understand what they mean by that. And the third thing is having to do with hygiene, whether they smell good, whether they look good from clean clothes or not clean clothes, and whether they've taken a bath. So those are the three aspects of water, sanitation, and hygiene, and we call that WASH, WASH. And one of the things that I'm going to be kind of exploring because it's one of those things that we don't like to talk about much is the sanitation part of it. Uh, the hygiene is easy to talk about. Water is easy to talk about. But what about the facilities that you have in your home for defecation and stuff like that? So it's kind of one of those hard subjects. I kind of even look at the commercial that comes on television about the bears and using the toilet paper. You know, Sometimes I see people look at that commercial and they just kind of go shake their head because they know that in a playful way, people are talking about something that's natural that everybody do and everybody thinks of it, but it's something that we just don't like to talk about. So, what is going on with sanitation in the Congo? Well, Congo, it does not have as some areas have a higher open field defecation than they do, but there's a lot of room uh, for them to improve their sanitation. Sanitation is one of those areas that not only it can make you sick from it more indirectly, meaning to say if someone had cholera and the and the and the fecal material was contaminated, it could get into the water, and then it would automatically get into other people drinking water, and they would come down with it. Or it could, get on their hands, feet, and be tracked about, and not only smell, but also be deadly because you track those bacteria directly in contact with other people and make them sick. So that's one of the things that we're going to be looking at is how we can improve the sanitation of our poor brothers and sisters in the Congo, especially those in the rural area. The urban areas have a unique problems because there's a higher density of people and not a uh, let's say a space and stuff to dig a lot of pit latrines and things like that. So they have to do something different. But we're going to look at what are some of the new techniques and ways that they are experiencing uh, to try to improve the sanitation sector in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. So even though it's going to be hard for me and probably hard for you to listen to, but we're going to cover some of those things in the next few weeks. So thank you for stopping by. We will talk to you tomorrow and take care. Let's get this pandemic under control. Let's get a vaccination if you're eligible and if you are up to it. Number two, wash your hands. Uh, Number three is socially distance yourself. And third, wear your mask. And we will talk to you later. So thank you. Take care. And